Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Swain Batty League Grand Finals. We're here at the end of it all, and on match point for the SUCC squad as they took the lead 2-1 here going into Game 4. Very impressive bounce back from them to sort of squash the momentum from 4EP, but what can happen here, guys? What can change? How does 4EP right this wrong?
They have a lot of questions to answer, and I'm glad I don't have to be the one making that decision because they have to basically give over picks that they know are incredibly powerful. And it's looking like Darius going to be left available, going to be similar to the last bands. I think just swapping out. I don't actually remember at this point. But it's going to be Xayah first pick. So continuing the trend with Xayah being top level priority here. We'll see if Freg is willing to blind pick Darius. Remember, Freg did use Darius as the counter pick. I don't think I've seen him pick it blinds. I guess it's been banned earlier, so. And but yeah, it looks like he is confident. He's taking the Darius blind. So match point did Sword learn from his mistakes as both solo lanes going to be picked blind here by the SUCC squad.
Again, they're not going to deviate from success. Death Reaper on this Vladimir is so consistent and always gets ahead. Incredible laning phase. Granted, it was against a fiddle, but SUCC squad looking to recreate the same success with that top mid duo.
Now, I actually have a really crazy strategy here that I think 4egg Clan should go for. Lane swap. I 100% legitimate, and I don't think they will do it, but they are going to take Nocturne in this Leona. I will get back to this Leona in a second, but I am super excited about it. But yeah, lane swap. You're up against the top lane. That's assuming he takes the Ignite. You can take somebody out of the game entirely if they are a top laner with Ignite and they get lane swapped. It's a super difficult strategy to execute, but we saw Gigabyte Marines at Worlds. It showed how to do it. I think it would be a brilliant plan here out of 4EP. That being said, I don't think we're going to get it.
Nope. But we are going to get a Leona from Sensory GG. Back on the aggressiveness. The Vigar unconventionalness wasn't enough. But we're going to see his hand at Leona, which was banned the first 2 games from the SUCC squad, so they're obviously they don't want him on it for whatever reason. But see what he can do with Xayah. Well, I guess paired together, this is a very aggressive bot lane.
What?
Oh,
what?
Oh, that's the BM ban. Oh my god. They're just playing with him now.
This is Camera's team in a nutshell. BM.
Yeah, that's some confidence.
Alright, so on to the Leona pick, though. This is something we had talked about a lot off stream before the last game. This has been banned in the first 2 games, or it was banned in all 3 games, actually.
Oh.
But it was a second rotation ban last game. This will give Sensory more Blitzcrank-esque playmaking ability, and they desperately needed that out of the support lane, as Camera going to be taking Sivir with a last pick support coming through.
It's Morgana. I might cry a little bit for their team. Just Sivir. I played against Sivir and his Sivir. He will save his E for a very good timing. I was playing Rakan into it. He would not spell shield Xayah's route. He would only spell shield my W, and he knows what to do. It's pretty impossible to kill. You need to look at the support if you want to kill anyone in this lane.
Yeah. And that is pretty obvious. Yes.
Alright, and the last pick is going to be Malphite, so Sword going back to the Malphite, and I am afraid for Sword and Miss.
Malphite. Against Darius.
He has to have learned a lot from Freg in the last game, because Malphite is going to be a much, much easier kill for Darius to secure than Swain was. And we already saw Sword pushing the limit on how many kills you can give up in a single laning phase.
That was all for science.
He
knows the limit now.
So, and it's looking like Cal calls it. The last pick, Morgana, coming out of Albino Joe. This is my favorite composition we've seen out of Camera Suck Squad all night. I think this is a really cohesive and simple to execute Sivir comp.
Oh, yeah. Back a while back, when I was first starting to be a Thresh main, Sivir Morgana used to be the thing that everyone was playing. And I just hated life. And double spell shield stops Leona pretty hard.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a tough time in lane. And if she goes too far forward and get Morgana binded, she's in trouble. But the good news for them is they have Xayah, and if Crystallize can do well on Xayah and can put out pressure and not just walk into Sivir and get Q autoed for half his health, it's not the worst lane possible. This Morgana won't actually do that much damage without landing Qs.
True, and if he goes down the standard pro route, I guess. I mean, we're not on the super hard Ardent Sensor patch anymore. But if he does go coin start, Morgs don't even put a point in W. So there's like very, very little damage coming out of Morgana in lane, which would match Joe's tendency to pass as well.
Formu, I believe, is the one of the ones who is well known for not even putting any points. W himself.
But Freg, once again, looks like he has the Ignite, so I wouldn't expect any kind of change there. He'll do the Darius into Malphite, which will be a little bit tougher, I think, than a Swain. Maybe need some additional insight to that.
Lane swap it, dude. I'm serious. This is going to be so bad for Malphite.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing is, he doesn't have a Rek'Sai or a Jarvan in the jungle that he knows is going to be up there early. Master Splinter is going to be matching Therminor's Power Farm. Both of these guys are going to get to 6 before they're doing anything on the map. Sword and Mace has to survive 6 levels from hell. This is like, right now, he is on the plane. And he's about to drop in on Normandy Beach for D-Day, and he knows it.
Yeah, there's a good chance he doesn't make it out.
No, man, fuck that, dude. I don't want to drop on D-Day.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
Statistically, yeah, it's odds are against you.
Not gonna lie, I think it was almost a mistake to take blue side, even though it worked for them. Because even though you can pick Xayah, then the fact that they got Vladimir actually, I think, is a really big game changer. The best S1's best game has been on Vladimir.
I'm on to you.
So I think they should have prioritized that harder and maybe just taken the red side.
Yeah, and that just really shows how much fear Camera Suck Squad has put into the entire league over the course of this season. That there are these, Katarina Singed bands that cannot even be considered dropping. There's just so many powerful picks that we've seen single-handedly take over games that I'm glad I'm not the one drafting against these guys.
A real pain.
Okay. Yeah, so here we are. Lineups for both squads going in here to game 4. A lot of lockdown from 4AP. I mean, they've done it before. Their last comp had that a lot of that as well. But maybe a little bit more controlled, more singular CC with the Malzahar and Nocturne Fears, but plenty of AoE when they need to follow up with the big team fight.
Something else that's good about Morgana, you just put it on Shyvana or Darius, they can't get Malzahar ulted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just preemptively. Yeah, Frag, get in there. Especially in the late game. What is the duration of Black Shield? Max or Max 5, man. That's something to scarf
I don't
that. At
think
least 2 seconds.
Does the duration go up? I don't
maybe not.
think
Maybe it's
so.
just a cooldown. But more
I,
Black Shields the better.
Yeah, and it's best for a good 3-4 seconds. I don't think it's just 2.
Yeah, it's pretty much forever. If you told me that rank 5 like didn't fall off until you damage it, I'd believe it. But we do have Frag taking that Ignite again, like we were expecting. Double teleport coming out of 4 eggplants.
The best way that 4 eggplants can play this bot lane is act like you're gonna go on camera, have Joe put a spell shield on him preemptively, then just all in Joe. That's the best thing you can do. Hope that you land all your CC.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that lane will be a farm fest.
Yeah, and I guess this is the time for Sensor GG to step up again, right? His team needed him in game 2, and he rose up to the occasion, just hook after hook. Such confidence in his Blitzcrank play. Can he do that as well on Leona?
Yeah, this game they really need him in game 3 too, but Vigar was not the pick, unfortunately, for him.
Yeah, I think from here on out, they're going maybe just straight aggression from the support role. I don't think they're willing to risk, the shield and heal mirror matchup. So
Yeah.
I wonder how deep his pool goes, really. I mean, he's got Blitzcrank Leona. I'm sure he's got some other big melee support in there as well. Probably Alistar, pretty popular.
Remembering Sensory from last season, he'll play whatever you tell him to play, I'm sure. I can't remember specifically. He played a lot of Janna last season.
Yeah, he did. That was one of his go-tos. That was even before Art and Censor, right? That's
Yeah. That was just when, like, most people were just protecting their support or protecting their AD carry and letting whoever else do whatever. That was Salvo and Sensory bot lane, so they were just playing Jinx Janna and going even in lane, except against us. As we broke the meta. That's me and Hibbs' proudest moment.
Yeah.
We broke the bot lane meta and stopped letting people just go through lane. But that was last season. This is this season.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's season 10. The finals. Our spectator delay is over, and we'll be loading in on the Rift. Should be hopefully another exciting game, get like game 3 or game 2 rather. But will we see any level 1 action? I trying to remember the lineups.
Well, Morgana, Vladimir, Sivir, Shyvana, and Darius. They could level 1.
Oh, they certainly could. They're
And Leona, actually. So.
yeah. But will 4EP play this one more reserved, safer? They're on their elimination match point here. So
if anything, I want to see them play this level 1 more aggressive. If we go all the way back to last game's level 1, remember we were criticizing Sensory for not going for the Flash Prison with the Vigar.
Yeah,
Given
that
how that
actually
game
would have been
plays
so
out,
huge.
that could have been such a different game if they secured level 1 kills.
Real shame.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Honestly, completely forgot about that.
yeah.
I did too until we just started talking about this level 1, but unfortunately they don't have the dream level 1 they had last game, and I don't think they're going to do anything
30
crazy.
seconds until minions
They are just kind of scouting out for a potential red side invade, so I don't expect anything to happen here.
Enemies have spawned.
There, a lot of mixed reactions here in this in-game chat.
I'm so triggered because Albino Joe just used you all and y'all in the same sentence. I feel like you gotta commit to one, and that's how you say it.
Yeah, that inconsistent, unbelievable acting. You're not getting paid after this, Joe.
We are in match points with
No leech for Thermidor and Shyvana. I mean, it doesn't need it, but allows all of their laners to be there early.
Yeah, if there's anyone I want to get to lane early, it's Cameron and Albino Joe, who are already in a commanding position. And Albino Joe, do you take the pool at level 1?
Yeah, we took Spell Thieves.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He's going with Spell Thieves, so I'm pleasantly surprised. But can he match the Leona aggression here? He gets stunned up, and Crystallize lands a few autos on the backside, but he takes all the boomerang
from Cameron. That was big because that had been a very, very bad trade. As now Cameron and Joe just get the level 2 rush. We'll see if they do anything with it.
I really disagree with level 1 pull. I think it's horrible.
Really?
I
mean, if
don't
you're
like
just
it.
going for bank, dude, you gotta get those.
That's my boy. Cal plays support how I want to imagine I would play support, like a man. I ain't here for 3 gold ticks. I'm here for 300 gold kills. And now at level 2, he might get it as they get everything out of Crystallize, but Crystallize pulling out of his flash. He makes it out, and Sensory GG got a nice stun in there.
Oh, that tower shot though.
That tower shot.
That could mean something here. He has the 1 health pot. Ticking his blade misses, but there's a jungler here.
Yeah, Shyvana is here for the rare level 3 Thermidor play. They are looking for this tower time, and it's gonna be easy. Thermidor showing himself, the boomerang blade coming in. Here comes Thermidor. Crystallize gets the flash off. Thermidor flashing a follow. First blood, and Sensory not going to be far behind. I would think, as Albino was looking for some, but a flash ignite coming out on the camera, but the spell shield will save that life. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Sword Mace is bleeding to death, but Master Splinter going to get the kill, and I think Sword and Mace stays alive as we have brought the spice in with these junglers securing 2 and 1 kills apiece.
I think Cameron, he was sub 10. I didn't check it fast enough, but he might have gone down to 1 HP. His health bar was non-existent after that last ignite check. So a nice try, I guess, out of GG. Knew he was going down there, so trying to salvage all he can, but 2 kills to 1 for SUCC Squad here in game 4.
Now the problem is they don't have any. Wait.
Oh, the laner's gone, dude.
Going.
That's in Celica, you spam the question mark thing. I think that's how you do it. Okay.
Like, where are you going? Their jungler is coming.
By the way, level 1 Cameron update was 6 health after the last ignite tick.
Oh my god,
They're so unlucky.
So calculated by the best player in the SBL. I know you're just salty because he knocked you out, boy.
Listen.
But if you're telling me that wasn't all according to the plan for the Cam Dog, I'm gonna say you're full of shit.
Dixon Squad, can you agree with that?
Where are you at?
Yeah, they're in here. They all showed up. It's pretty much just them at this point.
Yeah, there's really nothing that gets your league blood flowing quite like walking out at 6 health.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason that I'm still only I'm Diamond 4 and he got to like Masters for a day, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I think, right? I mean.
Yes, he was in Masters for a brief moment as Sensory's gonna find himself a little deeper than his 80k. He can follow up there, and Crystallize kind of did that thing where you feel like if your support's a better player than you, you have to follow up on whatever they do, and he just eats a ton of damage going into the match. But now, maybe Death Reaper's finally going to be punished for the first time all series. It feels like.
Yeah, best one. coming out. He's ending it now in the mid lane. The CS deficit was gonna start growing for Death Reaper as he slowly played that one out, but he puts an end to it and picks up the solo kill. Good thing for 4 EP.
As directed camera cuts us back to this top lane. I can't believe I'm saying this about a 21-43 CS lane, but it is going drastically better than Game 1 and Sensory. Once again, going in deep, but the Nocturne is here. The Shyvana is not. Already a flash for Albino Joe. Cameron fleeing for his life. Swordmace with a very late teleport. I don't know why, as Thermidor has now shown up. The teleport was canceled by Swordmace, and still all this damage going out, but it's going to be the Leona giving up her life instead.
Oh man, a little, I don't know, miscommunication or just a heat of the moment. Splinter goes for Cammer, but Albino Joe is still further behind in the bot lane for 4AB trying to take him out, and the split focus cost them the life. Sensor GG, best one, walking in through his own jungle. Death Reaper has that cutoff point. Flash for flash, looking for the kill.
Oh, this is so bad. He's just waiting out that Q cooldown, and it's not going to be enough. Fastest one walks out, and now Sensory here trying to make something happen. But the Leona damage is not much, although that could be the nice time that might have bought Master Splinter the time again. He smites him for the slow. More CC coming out of Sensory GG, and Splinter finally gets its second death on the Vladimir, and they're trying to take Thermidor out as well. He has to flash.
Oh, well, that turned out way better than what it started to look like there. It looked like Leona started slowly stunning him, but then ultimately him gonna get away. But no, he goes down. Second death for Death Reaper, and like you said, flash down for Thermidor as well. So 4AP looking all right in this early game. Only 1,000 gold deficit. Surely better than the last.
Yes, but they once again they have to do something about this top lane, as it's just looking like a matter of time before Frag. He's going to start getting solo kills soon. Whenever he backs, he's currently sitting on 1,400 gold. I mean, he's going to start making big purchases fast.
Like, Sensory's actually been playing the lane really well for being into double spell shield. He's being very patient with his Qs. So props to him for just waiting out the obvious spell shield that Camer has to bring out immediately or he gets stunned. The only problem is it kind of makes it hard for Crystallize to actually be able to follow up, and maybe if he was a longer range champion, but Xayah is not, unfortunately. Right, once Sensory gets 6, hopefully it'll be a bit better for them. And Camer should have to play with respect.
Should.
But instead, they have laid the trap. The Sivir ult coming out. Sensory running away from his AD carry as Crystallizes flash his way out of this one. Sensory does have a flash available, and he's going to flash the wall. And both flashes blown, but both lives saved for the 4EP bot lane.
And Sensory stunned up Thermidor, stopped him from actually being able to ult on Crystallize. Well done. Saves Crystallize ult, actually. He probably would have had to ult out.
Yeah, but both of the flashes down for the 4EP bot lane.
Yeah.
And Dragon is started. Bestest one channels it onto Thermidor, and there it is. There's the shutdown gold for Bestest one. Second kill for him. Joe using that blast cone to safety, and he's under the tower and alive and well. But this Drake, Mount Drake, surely going over to 40.
Yeah, finally getting something going to escalate this game. Frag gonna put some decent damage down on top of him, but I don't think he's in danger of taking it.
So Bestest one, he's having probably the best game of the series so far for him. Double buff from Altahar in the mid lane now. Now he's got 1600 in the pocket when he gets back, so probably beating Death Reaper on those item curves, item spikes.
What makes Malzahar so much better is he only really has one target ult at this point, with 3-in-1 Shyvana.
Yeah,
Unlike before, where there was like 3-4 fed carries.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, chat is turning to memes.
Yeah, that's a good catch there. SUCC Squad's really got the meme game going on. But jungle matchup, CS wise, dead even. But those 3 kills, just a slight, like 500 gold lead for Thermidor. Don't know if that matters too much. I think that's pretty much equal at this point. But the thing is, Splinter going for the red smite, and Thermidor obviously going for Blood Razor. I guess that's expected in Nocturne as well, but only gonna get scarier and more damage for Thermidor as the game goes on.
Frank takes quite a few tower shots there. That could be meaningful.
Yeah, but this time around he has the vision in the river. Not sure if it's all set up by him, but
yeah, but that's a Nocturne. He doesn't have to come through the river. And Stormbeast going with the old Nocturne, following in and just blindsided and blown up. Master Splinter saying, "I will match the Shyvana's kill scoring." As they are not done, Best is one dropping the suppression onto Death Reaper, who looks like he wants to play this one forward. Best is one flashing up, but he's going to go into the Vlad, and now looking like Vlad's going to make it out, as a lot of members of the SUCC Squad are making it up towards this fight. They want to contest this Riptail, but it should be secured by Thermidor.
oof, yeah, they 4AP at starting that one potentially prematurely though, and they gift it over to the SUCC Squad, and they channel it right away. They have the members and they have the wave.
That stun was huge.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Leona ults to stop the Rift Herald from being summoned, and so that Rift Herald was ultimately fought over for naught by the SUCC Squad.
Oh, that is cool.
Sensory's a god.
Yeah, that's a heads up play right there.
You can also blame Thermidor for being too far forward, but he's good job, Sensory. You see that so much in solo queue where people have the chance and don't do it.
Yeah, I think that's a very good trade. Trade the Solar Flare for a Rift Herald.
That mid lane turret would agree with you.
Yeah, but still a small 1,000 gold lead here for SUCC Squad. 5 kills to 4 though, 4 AP, so they are definitely fighting this one out. 3 kills for Splinter. He's in a good spot to carry this game.
Yeah, but so is Thermidor. Both these junglers. This is all going to be about the junglers in this game, it feels like.
Yeah, that's what it's boiling up to, right? The score lines are very similar. They're the ones always going in and confirming those kills.
This one is really starting to put down some good damage on the Death Reapers.
Early Morellonomicon, thank God. I mean, there's no Soraka or Sona or anything like that in the bot lane, but Vlad heals enough to warrant it first buy. And granted, I'm sure that's the good first buy anyway.
Yeah, Thermidor and Death Reapers got to be very careful in this mid lane. Yeah, they're both about to start backing off. That was getting close to 1v2 territory. As we do see Nocturne setting up in the bot lane. He gets snared, but this could just be the bait. As here comes the Nocturne. Oh, Leona going in. Camera has already flashed and ulted up, but now Albino Joe is popping everything he can to stay alive. We do see Thermidor showing up. There are a lot of teleports coming down. Mid laners showing up. Sort of is with a double knock, about 1-for-1 already. As Deathreaper's running with no health towards the enemy turret, trying to get off some flag damage, but won't find it. As now Best's one showing up down the river. He's got the dot taking away. The suppression going to be a kill. 3-for-1 in favor of the eggplants.
Yeah, Best's one. I'm thinking that he maybe couldn't confirm Camera's kill there, maybe thinking it's all for naught with the spell shield up, perhaps, so he just takes out Albino Joe there at the end, but a good turnaround for 4AP as everyone shows up in the bottom lane except for Freg without the TP, so he's gonna keep pushing.
Yeah, he's going to push that to the turret, but he's got Master Splinter coming up, so he's not going to get any damage on the turret. Actually, Sensory GG is going to go for the fight here. Master Splinter is pretty close. He puts a few nice turret shots down. No, sorry, those are off the creeps. But Master Splinter's here. Jesus, Master Splinter is putting down the damage on the Freg, who is fleeing under the turret, but he still secures a 1-for-1 with his Ignite.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, at the end of the day, I'm not sure if it's worth or not, but it's Freg. Like that, of course he's going to go for that play. And with Sensory down and Master Splinter pulled to that top side of the map, it's a Mountain Drake for SUCC Squad.
Yeah, ultimately worth it because of the Mountain Drake going over. So those are going to be equal at 1 apiece now. As we are, for the first time all series, going into a dead even mid game.
Yeah. I'm curious. Are we like one fight or maybe two? Like just maybe one explosive 5-for-0 fight from blowing this game out? I don't think so. This one is gonna be determined much later than that. And we still got a Sivir ult or Sivir comp to see. All 5 grouped up going in with Freg. So look forward to that as we move forward into this game. Bot lane Tier 1 tower, though, is extremely low for the eggplants, and Camera's looking to finish that one off.
Yeah, Bastus one preemptively coming down there. He's about to walk over a control ward, so gonna know not to go all the way down there. But yeah, Camera and Albino Joe, they have to suddenly play with a lot more fear. It is hard to push up with no turret to fall back to, and Camera about to back accordingly. As we do see a gang showing up here onto the Bastus one. The Bastus Splinter is there as well. Bastus one putting down the suppress onto Thermidor, but it's a 1-for-1 so far. Master Splinter without much health, and he's up against the Vladimir. Denver's flashing forward, and now Sensory GG trying to get there, but not in time. A 1-for-2 in favor of the SUCC Squad. Now Sensory looking like he still wants to play this one forward. He is defending that turret with his all.
Oh, but there's a frag in between the towers here. Sword Mace, though, he is rotating. He has the ultimate. The wave will crash.
Bastus one does have a teleport available in 4 seconds when he spawns. But it's looking like that won't be enough. No, they're just ordering this turret slowly, but they are going to take this turret. And Sword Mace has shown up, and the turret is now down. The creeps have all fallen, but a lot of health bars have been chunked out from the 4EP, and finally mid-turret is down.
Yeah, that could have been real explosive there. It was awkward back and forth. Do we defend it? Do we not? 4EP making the choice to back off and let it fall.
Vladimir does too much damage, man.
Yeah, I mean it looked like a pretty fair 2v2 to start it off, but the AoE damage I think from Shyvana and Vlad was just too much for the sort of the single target damage coming out of Nocturne and Malzahar.
Almost so Viz, he just builds health basically. Oh well.
But we got a Leandres coming in soon for Bestus 1. And he still has that gold lead up on Death Reaper, so do you think ideally he'd be in a good spot? And I mean, he is, really. The ultimate will kill whoever he gets, as long as it's there to lock it up.
Not in a good spot, as he has to pop the ult defensively. Sword and Mace looks like he's unsure of what he wants to do, and he's just wasting a lot of time doing it. Now he is being chunked out, being pulled, and he has to flash defensively. And Greg looking like he wants to chase one down. Flash out of Thermidor there, and now finally the Nocturne is coming in, but he's already watched 2 of his teammates go down. And this feels like the kind of mistake that the 4 eggplants could not afford. Bastus one does show up, and that should be enough wave clear to hold this turret safely.
Yeah, that's a sad boy for 4EP. Yeah, Sensory GG start out in the middle of nowhere, I guess, trying to ward or clear wards. Gets caught out. That should have been the only death. Sword and Mace thinking he could stick around, and even losing the flash as well. Yeah,
there was some really bad stutter stepping out of Sword and Mace there. He had Happy Feet, and he wasn't sure if he should back his boy up or just leave. And that cost him his flash, his ult, and his life.
And it looks like they're gonna hit bot tower too.
Yep, Camera's... Oh, he's just waiting for the one. Is that what he's waiting down there for? Yeah,
That's
he
what it
is.
looks
He's
like.
standing
Here
in
it
the
is.
bush. Red buff, Sivir ult on top. Crystallize pops the heal instantly, using the feather dance again. Oh, the flash auto follow.
That was such an awful flash.
Yeah, and Hammer takes a couple parting shots from the tower. I don't know if he can one a Nocturne though. 5-1,
No,
2 Nocturne.
no, absolutely
No,
not.
he's out.
Yeah, that's huge. Camera gets both summoners out of Crystallize in addition to his life. And now things starting to look a bit better for the SUCC squad.
Oh no, he was down there caught trying to defend the tier 1, and he has the flash out sentry going in now. Black shield onto Thermidor, he doesn't care. And they're gonna keep going. Solar Flare used defensively, but Cammer picks up another kill for himself. 2-0 and 4 on the Sivir.
Yeah, this is starting.
The Leona from behind syndrome.
Yeah, yeah. There's not. It's real tough. I know that feel, but it's CC, man. CC still works the double Malphite knockup. Sword and Mace confirms that kill onto Frag, so a very good start here. Splitter's still alive, and down goes Death Reaper, so a 2 for 0. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, 3 for the SUCC squad. They take out the tier 2 Crystallize. Way too close, Summonerless, but he'll get out.
Yeah, but Sword and Mace is coming down on a roam here. Remember, he does not have an ult available, but he looks like he still wants to find this. Albano Joe whips on the snare, and Sword and Mace not going to feel confident in going for that engage.
They need pressure for Dragon, I think. If they're already low, they need to try to get that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's only a Windrake, so it's not going to be... They got to make Windrake better. Take a look at these Windrakes and being upset that that's what's on the map, you know? But like you said, they're already in the neighborhood. They've already won a fight. Might as well get it while you're there.
Boom, they'll take it. They'll take the kills, they'll take the Drake. They lost the tier 2 bot, but they're still fighting here in game 4. This means it all for them. Splinter not wanting to lose in the finals here. It's all on him.
Going that heavy lethality build. Already having a Duskblade, he's going Dio moves probably.
Yeah, so he's looking for the assassination Nocturne. Who does he select though? I mean, obviously Camera's the obvious choice.
Probably whoever's Malzahar ulted.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But I mean, at this point, can you commit both of those to the same person?
In a team fight, probably not.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's still a lot of CC. I mean, Leona's entire kit, Malphite, and it's all up. So I guess we'll wait and see how they divvy up all the CC. Who is the threat at the time?
Just kind of sucks. The team fight's not really.
Oh!
Oh!
That was one auto from Splinter. Didn't have the flash to follow, which surely he would have if he did. But he does get the flash out of Camera, so that's a win. Take that and take the mid tier 1 too, and they get it on the way out. But the solar flare for the disengage, there it is.
Oh jeez, and this one actually puts out some really nice damage on the course of that. Now Frag going pretty aggressive for a fight here. This one has the flash, but now they have the suppression onto Frag. Frag being torn apart and goes down. Now Thermal in the middle of a lot of enemy health bar. Malphite is in. They get the knockup. They traded Splinter, but this is a good fight for the Eggplants. 2 kills, 3 kills, all onto Festus one. And Sentry is still playing toward forward. Crystallize just looking for an auto attack. As the Leona goes down, plays it just a little too aggressively. And that fight just played poorly on the tail end. Only ends up being a 2 for 3 in favor of the Eggplants.
Yeah, it looks real good there. Like you said, that best of one starts it off with some surprising damage on the side, but Frag sees the opening, instantly turned around into the Malzahar ult, and it all looked great from there. Splinter, an obvious step that needs to happen, but a little too far chase, and Camera picks up a kill on the backside. It's a close one. Oh, it's 3k gold lead for 3k gold lead for the SUCC squad here, but still one more kill for the Eggplant. So that shows that they're willing to fight and they're able to win the fights.
It really is just a tower gold at this point.
Yep. If they win the fight that turns into turrets, this game is even in no time. In both of these comps, it feels like it's so much more about how they make their plays than anything right now. So this 3,000 gold lead, you know, it's something, but it doesn't feel too significant, especially because the gold's not in the most dangerous of places. Most of that gold lead, I believe, going to be in Camer's hands, which it feels crazy to call that not the most dangerous of places, but the way this series has gone, it feels like Camer isn't in total control of this series like he is a lot of other times he's had a lead.
Right, yeah, and that it comes down a little bit to the champion pick. Obviously, Sivir having a lot of utility with just the ult alone, so her power balance is sort of shifted to that, and it's not just the pure damage you get from someone like a Kog'Maw. But
yeah, the big thing to me is that I feel like that last gank where Splinter forced Camer to flash towards the blue buff to save his life, that was the moment to put the fear of God into Camer. He now knows that.
God, Splinter's God. Hello.
Hello?
Oh, you cut out there.
Oh, did I?
I thought so. Yeah, I didn't finish your statement.
Oh,
Fear of God.
Oh yeah, no, it was put the fear of God in him, and it was just, you know, he knows he can't fuck with Master Splinter anymore.
True.
Because Splinter can instigate him in any team fight, especially while his flash is down.
Yeah.
And so Camer can't play this super aggressively, whereas if the lead was on, you know, Frag or Death Reaper, it would be different.
Right, yeah, and the window is closing. The flash nearly up for Camer here. It's up for Splinter, so you sure as hell know he's gonna follow after the ultimate. Best one, no, he gets pulled in by Frag. It did not go down though. The solar flare is gonna secure the kill onto Camer. Now Frag goes down too. Meanwhile though, on the backside of the fight, Death Reaper going big, picks up 2 kills of his own, and now it's a complete rout for 4 EP. Down goes another member.
Oh! Coming in, he picks up the Vladimir to equalize this in a 3-for-3. And despite an awful engagement on a 4-egg place, they go even in that fight. But what were they thinking with their 6-kill Nocturne nowhere near ult range to take a team fight?
Yeah, I mean, I completely forgot about it. And then he comes in, it swoops in the free kill, and bounces out. And yeah, it could have been way bigger for 4 EP. It's just a 3-for-3 kill trade, though.
Something I really don't like about Smorgana pick is just he's building full AP, which sometimes I can see the build of Zhonya's just to stay alive in team fights and get your shackles out, which he has built just now. But when you're going lowly full AP, you're lacking severely in the utility that a Locket or a Face the Mountain would bring from the
Yeah, true. And Ard and Sense or anybody? Like that still works.
Yeah.
Still good on Morgana. So, I mean, it still actually benefits practically everyone that he'd want to put it on. Darius, Shyvana, Sivir.
By the way, speaking of Sivir, something we hadn't really been tracking, but the Flame Horizon reached here before the 30-minute mark by Camer. Currently up a healthy 3,000 gold lead on Crystallize.
Yeah, and they
but they can get a fight here. He has TP.
Yeah, and GG taking a little bit of damage there. The Scuttle is very important, and it's bouncing back towards 4 EP, so they're gonna secure that.
That's big to start this.
Yep, they have vision now of that whole area, and they have that speed boost for when they maybe ultimately fight on it. Thornmail, so he's quite tanky. He's got that Thornmail, Tabby, Sunfire.
He no longer cares at all about Frag, although it doesn't look like there's actually a trade going here. Is the members of 4EP have made it up the mid lane. They know they have Sword of Mace's teleport available. If he plays under the turret, he needs to get under the turret. Direct the camera, please cut us back to the mid lane. It's finally, we have the ults coming in. Fastest one being forced out. Fastest one blown up, does not get any of his damage off, but Sword of Mace is still coming in. This will be a 4-for-4. It is a single man knockup for the Shyvana going down. A double kill for the Nocturne is Crystallized, trying to kite out this Vladimir for taking so much damage. It's a 2-for-2 so far as Frag is basing. Vladimir finally going to go down, I assume, and finally does another kill on the Master Splinter. It is just Frag and Albino Joe alive, but no carries for the 4 eggplants.
Woo!
That whole fight turns into 2 objectives. And just kills.
Yeah. And,
more kills for Splinter to one-shot Camelworth.
I mean, it seems like they're 4EP. They're slowly building up, right? They did the 3-for-3 trade, and now I think they came out +1 on that one. So they're slowly trying to get this one right. What I was surprised about before we had to cut away, I mean, well, we should have cut away to the team fight, is that Swordmace is hella tanking. He doesn't have to give a shit now about Frag.
Yeah, Frag's not worthless, honestly. There is nothing of value he has in the game at any point going forward. He doesn't have a teleport, so he can't create serious split push pressure, and he's 2-6-2, doing nothing as a late game juggernaut that's behind. This is a huge point in the game for 4EP to try to abuse, as while Death Reaper's teleport is down, they should be... I mean, they have the teleport available. They can force the Baron pressure here.
Yeah. And, Bestest one, he's waiting in the wings there. I think he was waiting out the recall of Frag, who was down here, but Frag maybe baits this one out. Is he gonna go for the 1v1? Looks like he is.
Against not. Surely not. He's too far ahead.
Recall.
Yeah.
Shyvana is in the neighborhood, so they could be going for the 2v1 here.
Yep.
And I don't know if 4EP is in position to go start Baron fast enough, as they have now both shown Bestest one gonna do what he can to buy some time here. Bestest one does not have a flash available, so gonna just put down a few dots. As meanwhile, everyone else is engaging a fight on the other side. They've gotten a lot of damage on the Death Reapers. Camera coming in, but he knows he can't really do much here. Darkness coming out just for disruption as Crystallize goes down. Oh, what a mistake from Crystallize. Wow, what did 4EP do? They did everything wrong. They actually did everything wrong in this fight. And now it's just Sensory GG alive. Oh, this is a disaster.
Oh.
It's 4 eggplants get aced.
And no one died from the SUCC squad. The split focus had to have been it. The Malphite ult, and it looked like the Malphite ult in Nocturne ult were committed to Camera. And he didn't die. Or whoever was on that top side of the fight, they didn't die. Bestest one gets 2v1 in the bot lane, sure, but it looked like they were going to pick up that return kill on Death Reaper, but he survives through all of it. And now the Baron on top of it means the mid inhibitor goes down, tier 2 top goes down. It's all starting to crumble for 4EP.
Yeah, that was just awful shot calling out of 4EP, and it's not the first time we've seen Nash just want to do this, where he wants to get every kill in the fight possible. As they're maybe going to fight here, they do pick up the kill onto Death Reapers, but Malzahar did go down again. On the Camera ult coming out, looks defensively as Messler going for it, trying to get the pop onto Camera, and he just now is going to find it, but he trades his life for it, as Thermidor is pretty big himself, and he's got friends coming his way as this base is being grabbed right now. Swordmace has to go for a play here, but Crystallize being forced out of this fight. Frag gets the kill, and it's looking like this could be the game. 2 inhibitors down, big waves in. Only Sword and Mace and Sensory GG alive.
This looked like a game-ending push, but now I'm not sure.
Without their AD carry, they might not know if they can do it.
Yeah.
Sensory, he's got to be careful with how far he pushes this, man. They just need you to hold those Nexus turrets, dog.
Oh no.
Oh.
Just a big old unlucky for 4EP. And it's not unlucky for real though. This is some
this is
bad
past
misplays.
1 HP. This
Yeah.
is past them living on 1 HP. This is you know, I'd say unfortunate, but you know.
But it was an atrocious Baron fight. They brought this all on themselves. Like I said, they got so greedy. They wanted to take every kill available there instead of actually securing the kill they should have been able to secure on the Vladimir. And that turns into what will potentially be the game-losing fight, as we're now looking at a 10,000 gold lead for the SUCC squad.
Yeah, and Baron still still up, but I don't know if they're gonna go to the lanes quite yet to do this. They are waiting around and setting up the vision for the Elder Dragon. So it looks like they want to combo that into the game win here. The double inhibitors are gonna do their work, but 4AP is gonna do their best to mop all that golden XP up.
Yeah, so here comes the huge Elder Dragon fight. Best's one is basing, but he does have teleport available.
I think ideally SUCC Squad they should just wait this out. Don't start. Wait for those waves and top and mid. Frank's
This actually
going for
might
it.
have been a mistake for Best's one to teleport so preemptively. That shows how scared this team is. As Sentry GG is going for the fight. They know they don't have Frank here. Sentry GG trying to put something down. His Master now gets into everyone. He gets torn apart so fast. His power window might be over. Sentry is now Malphite now gets the ult. They traded for Albino Joe, but Frank is trying to end in the base. And it's looking like he's successful. There's a teleport coming out of Death Reapers, and there is a huge wave. Frank doesn't need to give a damn about this fight.
The Nexus is open!
Game. And Cameron's Dixon Squad are the SBL Season 10 champions. Soon. Okay, now.
There it is, folks. The SUCC Squad only dropping a single game this season against the Eggplants, but ultimately coming out on top with the 3-1 win here tonight. A very dominant team, deserving the win.
Yeah, there's really no arguing with it. They were overall the much better team on the night, and they showed they could win in a variety of ways. Fantastic team that I assume we're about to bring in here from all of.
Yes.
Except for Thermidor, because Thermidor never sticks around.
Oh, man. I will, I'll be right back.
Was
User disconnected from your channel. User left your channel.
Oh.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Oh my lord.
Wow, we're all here.
Oh, is that not? Oh, we're missing a frag boy.
We're missing the most important player. We're most loved.
He doesn't know TeamSpeak. He
User
probably...
joined your
There he
channel.
is.
There.
There you go.
All right. Well, welcome to the Weeb Hut Cameras Dixon Squad. Congratulations on an SBL championship.
Woo!
How are you guys feeling after that?
User joined your channel.
Pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna get a
We
2-year
dropped the game.
contract, so.
I could go for some Hawaiian bread.
Oh hell yeah! I might need some Hawaiian bread right now.
Cool. So, I mean, the run up to this finals, right? You guys extremely dominant, not dropping a game in the group stages, not dropping a game in your semifinal match. Here, though, taken to the defeat screen by the 4 Eggplants here in Game 2. What was the change in mindset after that loss in the series?
We need to pick a real fucking team comp.
So that was
Yeah.
the problem. Is the sort of the cockiness and greediness in the draft?
Yeah.
We thought we could do anything when we were like winning so much, and then we play like Karma mid, and it went downhill real quick.
It wasn't so much that that we were kind of trolling or anything like that. We just didn't thoroughly think through a plan for what we were gonna do. We were focused more on banning them than traditionally we always go through what they're gonna ban against us, but we totally skipped that step for games 1 and 2. And that got us.
Basically, once I got my Darius, it was game over.
Once we started playing towards the bans,
Playing towards the ban. What do you mean by that?
like every game was deciding on who we were gonna get, whether it was gonna be Zaya, Vlad, Darius, or Rumble, and it was one of
Ramus,
those.
not Rumble.
Or
Rumble
yeah,
was
not
very
yeah,
key.
not Rumble. Not
Yeah,
that.
Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble.
Rumble.
The best.
0% pick ban rate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. We saw that develop too through the drafts. It seemed like both teams very willing to trade back and forth these picks. Vlad. I mean, we expected the Zaya. I guess we should have expected Vlad too. Tell me, what are you guys' thoughts on the game 3 composition from 4EP with the Vigar in the mid fiddle?
Oh,
The mid fiddle was
annoying.
nasty.
I was pretty confident personally against the mid fiddle, but he did get some pretty good ults off. Because as the Soraka pick, I knew that I was going to be able to just kind of guess where he was and then be able to silence him in certain situations. But I think he got 2 really good ults off.
You said he got really good ults off, but every time he ulted, he just kind of exploded. It looks like you guys had him nailed down pretty hard.
He was just
a couple times.
He was zoning with a silence and fear. I couldn't go in whenever because I was scared that he would fear me, and then my flash was down because I would flash E, right? I would flash pull for an engage for my team, and we couldn't really do that since they would just follow up on his fear on me, and then we would potentially lose the fight.
Yeah, and he could just stop the Rammus mid-ball.
Yeah.
And so
Sometimes.
like half of our engages
Sometimes.
were just gone. Yeah, sometimes. Unless you're going at 1700 move speed.
There you go.
Yeah, that was scary.
The warp speed.
That was pretty nuts. Cal, what do you got for these guys? What do you want to know?
I have to think of.
All right,
I forgot to think of questions. Sorry, let me think.
So I mean, to go back to the comment about the drafts, I mean that was kind of our discussion before the series, like sort of the key points of what we want to talk on, right? 4VP, very solid drafting, a lot of synergy in their compositions, very team fight focused. You guys, the entire season, not especially in the group stage, not stressed too much to the point where team comps even matter. You guys just outlane your opponents, get the gold lead, hammer it out from there. And you guys pick a lot of split pushing. Is this just the go-to style, or is this are you guys so confident in your laning phase that you just don't need to think about the team fight phase?
I think of these games as solo queue, right? I can't rely on my team. I got a solo carry, or it's like if we
Getting
have no
fucked?
damage, and yeah, I actually need my team to like
Do things.
no, not do things, because you guys were following up, but I need them to engage first, or like do their own things, like use head, use
Like when you
head.
build full crit
Give 'em
Darius.
brain. But yeah, it was just us. We're just better players than everyone in the league, so it's just use that
Damn.
mentality,
I could
dominate,
feel the tilt
have
right
confidence.
now.
If you don't have confidence, you're not gonna win.
Hey, that is a good phrase to play League on right there. And you guys certainly showed it, right? You guys always playing forward, always playing aggressive, getting the kills where it's needed. Also knowing when to back off. You guys don't really overstep and you punish the mistakes of your opponents, which happened plenty this series, it looked like. UTech, are you in here? Hello?
He's muted.
He's muted?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I'm right here.
You drafted this team, correct?
I definitely did, and I had all confidence in every team member that I drafted. This was all calculated from the beginning.
$1 power
I
play.
wrote the script. 5 shekels to Cammer.
5 shekels.
Thank
We're
you.
my
Yeah,
free
we're-
goats.
You have a contract for him, but not me. Sign me up. Come on.
He's a free
I think
agent.
you need to play at least another
Free
season
agent,
for you to become a contracted agent.
Feels bad.
Cal, got any game-related questions before we move on to big picture stuff?
Yeah, one question. When you decided to start picking Vladimir, like second rotation, on the very last game, did you want to get red side? Just so they would have to pick Xayah and you'd have to get Vladimir earlier? Just a curious question.
We knew we were getting one or the other.
Yeah.
Do you think Vladimir wasn't, like, if they had gotten Vladimir, would it have been any different?
I think it would have been a lot different, especially since my champion pool isn't as large as whoever's mid lane, I forget
Bestest
already.
one.
Yeah, bestest one. He has a very large champion pool, and he's very consistent with that champion pool. While me, once I go outside of like my 4 or 5 comfortable champions, it's really a toss like coin whether I'm gonna do it
4
or not. And so
more like 2.
playing versus Vladimir, I would have had to play a lot safer in lane, which would have led to him getting a lot farther or just taking more advantage of the lane. But with the Xayah bot, I think we would have been able to counteract it just because we would I don't know, we do so consistently in team fights, except for when we have a Karma mid, and
a Riven top.
yeah,
And a feeding Kog'Maw.
yeah.
Oh,
but
God.
I think we work so well together during team fights that we can really handle a lot of what's thrown at us. Because after every team fight, we start to analyze like what happened, what went wrong, what we need to do better.
One last question I have for you, Death Reapers. At the very end of the last real team fight at Baron, the last game, where you like had a bunch of people on you, and then suddenly people backed off, and while Xayah was hurting you, and she had the thing that reduced healing, you suddenly went back to half health. Did you know this was gonna happen?
Oh, was this when I was engaged by the Leona
Yeah,
and the Xayah at the Baron pit?
Ultimately was the game-ending play.
I don't know
really.
how you heal that much.
I don't really know either. Although I can guess that it's because I'm not sure if the ulti had healed me at all, but I do know that even though she had the executioner's calling on me and grievous wound, I was very low health, and I was dealing a lot of damage, and also it was the third or like the empowered Q. So plus like the low health, it does even more damage. And by that time, like by when I already killed her, I think I had the mastery that gives me 5% of my max health back.
Dangerous game.
I just got really back into the fight once I ended up killing her.
Cool. And to note, that was some of the last organized league that you guys will play on this iteration of League of Legends. Tomorrow, it's a whole new world.
Oh boy.
But it's a whole new landscape really here for the SBL because you guys will never be on the same team together. All of you guys, obviously.
Which is depressing.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a really good rapport. You guys are very friendly and have a good time playing together. Cameron, is this your second SBL championship?
Yes, sir, it is.
How are you feeling about that? You're slowly climbing up the ranks. I mean, you have more SBLs than me and Swift combined, and we've been playing a long time. How do you feel going into the next season?
GG easy, give me back purple pickle pie.
Oh!
I'm better than that nub. Tell him to face me in the streets. No webs.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I mean, you guys shout out to your friends, family, friends, sponsors.
Family.
Where's the Dick Suck
Sponsors?
Squad? Where are they at?
They're in here. They were memeing it pretty hard when you guys are winning.
Oh.
So just go back, watch the VOD. The chat's in
And
there
purple's
too.
in chat.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, congratulations to Cameron's Dick Suck Squad on a very convincing SBL championship. And stay tuned, folks. This isn't the end of the Swain Batty League or Batty League esports in general. We got the Batty MOBA League coming up in a couple of weeks here, so stay tuned to the Swain Batty esports page for more information from that. And as far as League of Legends go, we will be back, guys. It's season 11. And it's gonna be a big one, not a short little guy. We're going big on this one sometime next year. So just stay tuned to the Facebook page there as well. And that will do it. Bye-bye.
All right.
GG.